Hey, what's up everyone, welcome again to another video. So on this video we're going to finish our last part, which it was about how we can update our listing and how we can delete our listing. So if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. We want to reach 1,000 subscribers, so please help us by doing so and try to subscribe, like and share this content. So without further ado, let us get started. Okay, let us just start by creating our update function. So we just need to define a function and call it update, and then this function we need to pass a request. Also, because we are going to update a particular listing, so this listing has an ID, so we need to pass an ID also. And then it's how you create a normal function. And then we need to query from our database, so we just need to define a variable called listing, and let us say equals to our listing model. So it's our listing model, then dot objects, then we need to get this particular ID, so ID equals to ID. Okay, now after querying from our database, now we need to populate our form with this particular listing. So form, let's say, equals to our listing form, and then remember we need to populate this form, so we need to pass an instance, and then this instance should be equal to our listing. So instance should be equal to this listing, so should reflect back to this particular listing. Okay, now we need to say if, so the request dot method, if the request dot method equals to, say, equals to post, just let us give it capital. Okay, so if the request dot method equals to post, we need to populate and we need to get this information. So of course we need to have a colon here. So we say that our form equals to our listing form, equals to our listing form. Then we need to pass the request dot post, so we need to get that particular information. And then our instance should be equal to our listing. Okay, so this is good. So if the request dot method equals to post, we need to get this form with a particular instance, so we need to have the form with the particular information which we updated, and then this information is going to be reflected to this listing which we we got from our database. Now, so if everything is good, now we need to save the form. So if, so the form dot is valid. Okay, so if the form is valid, we need to save this form, so form dot save. Okay, so we need to save this form, and then after saving this form we need to return to redirect. So we need to return a redirect that if the form is saved, we need to redirect it to our listing page. Okay, now so it's just simple. So if the form is valid, we need to save this form, and then we need to return redirect, sorry, return redirect. Okay, and then we should redirect back to our listing page. Now of course if this is not done, we need to return we need to return an empty form, or we need to return a particular form. So we need also to return the context, and we need to return the update. So I'm going to copy here. So I just copy this, and then I'm going to paste it here. So I'm just going to paste it here. Of course, be here. Okay, what is this? Yes, of course it should be here. Now this means that if we query the particular listing with the particular ID, we need to populate our form with this listing. Then if we try to post any information, we need to get that form, and then we need to get that particular information with the particular listing. Then if that form is valid, we need to save that form, and we need to redirect back to our listing page. So otherwise we are going to get this one here. So here we are going to have, instead of update.html, create.html, we're going to have update.html. so let us save this. So after saving this, we are going to create this update.html. Go to templates and then create new file, and then call it update.html. okay, press enter. So it's not going to differ very much with our create. Simple. Let us just copy our create here, and then you are going to take this, and then you Control C, and then you are going to paste it here. Just paste it here. Form SP, because remember we are passing a form here, because on our views here we passed this a form, and here we passed as a form. Okay, so after saving this, as you can guess that now we need to create our URL, so where we can access this particular form. So if we go to urls.py, and then here we need to have our update. So I'll just copy this one here, because it's the same, just a few modifications, and then I'm going to paste it here. So instead of create, we are going to update, and then remember we are updating a particular ID, so we need to pass an ID here. So you can pass even a PK if you declared it as a PK. So we need to pass an ID here. Remember our function is called update, not create. And then the name, we should call it update. Okay, so let us save this. So after saving this, let us try to run our server. Manage.py, then run server. Okay, let's go back one folder. Okay, so now we can run our okay, looks like our server is running correctly. Now it's time to see if everything is working fine. So let's go to our browser here. So we have our listing here. So if we go to update, and then we should pass maybe like ID1. So update the listing ID1, click enter. So as you can see here that we have the Hyundai Santa Fe, and the description is the instance that we have populated this particular listing. Now let us try to change here. Instead of brand new, let us say it is used, and let us save this. Okay, now we have saved this, and let us scroll the information here. Okay, here is our listing. Now let us go to our admin, and let us see if we can get the description. So 1 2, and let us go to admin. Okay, don't remember the username, so let's say it is, what did we put here? Oh, can't even remember my username and password. Okay, finally I was able to remember my username and my password. So let's continue. So if we go to our listing here, and if we go to Hyundai Santa Fe here, we can see our description has been changed. So it was brand new, now it is used. So looks like our update form is working good and it's working fine. So let us try to update maybe another listing. So let us /update, and then let us update listing number 2. You can see we have Toyota Athlete, used from Japan brand. So let us say the mileage here should be equal to 100, and then let us submit. Of course, has been updated. Now if we go back to here and go to our listing here, if we go to Toyota Athlete here, and then let us see, now the mileage has been changed. So our form is working fine. So now it's time to go and see how we can delete our particular listing. So again, so if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing this content. So we want to reach 1,000 subscribers. Please help us by subscribing and sharing this content. So without further words, let's go to deleting our listing.